A new day has finally come for citizens with disabilities in Nigeria. You can now participate in the electoral processes without any worry whatsoever. The new Electoral Act of 2022 has made robust provisions to ensure persons with disabilities are not left out of the electoral process.
INEC is being disability inclusive. Yes, they're doing a lot with our disability cluster organizations, but a lot can still be done. I know in some states they have a different queue for women in hijab, they have different queue for men. So if you can have a queue, if INEC can come up with this idea of persons with disabilities on this queue, they will know that whether the person is deaf or blind or any form of invisible disability, the person is there on that queue. So there will be a designated official, INEC official, that will attend to such persons first before the others.
The 2022 electoral law creates room for the full participation of persons with disabilities to fully exercise their fundamental human rights to vote and be voted for. A survey was carried out in most states, which showed that not so many persons with disabilities are aware of the electoral law that gives persons with disabilities the room for full participation with comfort.
Polling units should be accessible for persons with disabilities. Polling units shouldn't be put where there are barriers. Barriers such as gutters, separating where the polling box is from where somebody will stand, because a person on a wheelchair or a person with disability, visual impaired, can't access that by themselves. So such barriers shouldn't be there to obstruct persons with disabilities to vote.
Some persons with disabilities shared their readiness to vote.
I moved from one location to another. I want to collect my BPC. They said my BPC is not ready yet. Maybe next week. If I can get it by next week, I am ready to vote because I am a Nigerian.
But what we need now is electronic vote. As a visually impaired, we have something that we call Google Talks Bar, which can even talk. Anything on the screen, with that screen will read. So I think for now, that is what we visually impaired need. So that if you want to vote, there will be a screen reader. As a visually impaired, if you touch it from A to Z, so we can choose the party we want to vote for by touch screen. And by
I have collected my PVC. We will appreciate if INEC will provide a sign language interpreter for the deaf in each polling unit.
This time registration is very, very fantastic. I can say we Nigerians, this time around, we have been recognizing people with disability. In fact, they attend to us very, very well.
It is our fundamental human right in spite of race, color, and gender. Let all persons with disability go out en masse and vote into power all those we want to represent us come 2023 general election. Let nothing breach your goals to succeed. Now we know better. Dust your PVC and let your vote count.